We got 22 days. NBA Media Day is today, but the start of the season is 22 days away. Yay. I was hoping that it was going to be 24, but it's not. We're going to do a big thing for me, but we're going to talk about LeBron.
Not everything's about you, Richard.
Yeah, well, today a little bit it
True.
is. Look, today, LeBron James enters his 20th season. After putting up 30 points per game last season at 37 years old, he became the oldest player in the league history to average 30 a game. And look, he turns 38 in December. Is he going to be able to keep this up?
Yes.
I don't know. But he's on the verge of making more NBA history. LeBron James enters this season just 1,300 points away from passing Kareem for the most all-time. If he stays on his career average at 27 per game, he'll only need 49 games to reach that mark. And if the Lakers are somehow to win another championship, he would become only the fifth active player to have 5 NBA titles. He is already second most finals MVPs in NBA history. So this dude's got all the stuff. What else are we going to talk about? It's LeBron James. You know, what are we going to talk about with LeBron?
You know, it's really interesting hearing that when you put it into context, about to be 38 years old, and then he, is averaging 30 points per game. That's like a feat. That's like beyond a feat. We always talk about the wine. It gets better with time. Like, what he's doing is superhuman and all that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. But when I think about LeBron specifically, it's really fascinating to me because we went into last season super excited about Steph Curry becoming the all-time threes leader. Now we can go into this season being excited about LeBron James becoming the all-time scorer in the NBA. And so no matter what happens, I know we're going to talk about, like, hey, where are the Lakers going to be? Are they going to make the playoffs? All that type of stuff. At least there's that milestone, that mark, that 49, games into the season, probably around 50, 52, who knows, 49 to 52, where he actually is able to do this if he keeps at his pace from last year. So I'm excited for the season for LeBron James. I'm excited for the Lakers to be able to have their top 2 available this year. And I think the storyline, you started with what, 22 days? Like, we're going to keep the countdown on this year.
2 very big things, though. When Steph Curry set that record, he had been with the same franchise his entire career. It's a little different for LeBron, having played for 3 different franchises. And I think it'll feel different when he does pass Kareem. Be interesting, though, because Kareem will be in the building. He just turned 75. Their own relationship is an interesting dynamic. I thought Rob Pelinka, the general manager of the Lakers, had some interesting comments today at Media Day, which was they have those 2 first-round picks that they can use to improve this team. He said, we only get 1 chance to trade those picks. But LeBron made a commitment to this franchise by signing the extension before he had to. He could have waited all year long to see how the Lakers did and what this team was positioned to do. LeBron gave them clarity by signing the extension to stay there. And Rob said, we are going to come through for him. Like, they are going to commit to him by including picks and trades, but only if the trades that they can make would put them in championship contention. I thought that was a public acknowledgement that you don't often hear a front office executive say of what they are willing to do in potential trade packages. And I think that was a very public statement for him to make in support of LeBron.
Now, I know this is a crazy statement, and I'm just asking you a question. Can LeBron James, wait, do we have him? Is LeBron James going to sit down at the press? Wait, I thought he went bold.
Look at our manifestation.
I thought he went bold. Why is
that was a filter.
That was a filter? Oh, no, that wasn't a filter.
I thought you were back.
That was genetics.
Are you always
wear
using
their
a filter,
jerseys,
Richard?
but they also wear their jewelry.
All right. Well, we're going to listen to what LeBron James has to say on the start of his 20th
if there was
season.
one thing that you wanted your team to improve upon, besides winning and losing, what's that one thing you want your team to improve upon this year?
Defense. Obviously, you got to be able to put the ball in the hole for sure. In our league, and there's been some great teams that can do that, but teams that can defend and can get to stops when needed, they're just simply more successful in our league. So, I think the defensive side of the floor is where we're going to be hammering home on, every single day, and understanding that we can defend, make teams take tough shots, keeping the one shot at the goal, and then rebound and secure the ball, put us in a position to be successful throughout the season.
Hey, LeBron, your hair looks great. You've had, nearing about 10 head coaches in the league so far. You shared your enthusiasm about Darvin Ham when the Lakers hired him this offseason. What can you tell us about your relationship thus far with Coach Ham, and what do you see in his skill set that can make this team better?
I think every single day it continues to get better and better and better, but I think just the transparency that we have from the time he was, granted the head coaching job here has been great. We've had multiple conversations, not only about the game of basketball, but things off the floor as well. And I think it was well overdue for him to be a head coach, and happy to be a part of his journey and try to do some special things.
Hey, LeBron, you've always talked about depending on what the team needs, that's what you're going to focus on more. So AD's first year, a little more point guard, passing a bit more. Last year, some more scoring. Do you have a handle yet on what this roster means for how you're going to focus your game?
My focus of my game is being available. That's the most important. Obviously some injuries you can't control, but, and that's my whole mindset. I think for me, as the leader of the team, one of the leaders of the team, availability is the most important thing in this league, and to be able to be available, on the floor. So, that's always been my mindset.
Hey, LeBron. Good to see you. Over the course of this summer, during your time to unwind and some of your work, how much thought have you given to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record and kind of even begun to soak in that at some point this season you could be the league's all-time leading scorer?
The only time I've kind of thought about it is when someone, it been posted on social and it's went through my scroll, went through my feed, and I've seen it. And every single time I'm kind of in awe of it, wow, and then certain guys, I don't know who's doing it, but they'll break down if I do this, if I average this, if I'm available for these games, then I can make it and do it here. And I was like, I've never played my career with saying if I do this, then this will happen. Besides just, making sure that I was in the best shape possible going into a season and, being available, but to sit here and to know that I'm on the verge of breaking probably the most sought after record in the NBA. Things that people say will probably never be done. I think it's just super humbling for myself. I think it's super cool, and obviously Kareem has had his differences, with some of my views and some of the things that I do. But listen, at the end of the day, to be able to be in the same breath as a guy that wore the same uniform, a guy that was a staple of this franchise, along with Magic and big game over there for so many years, especially in the 80s. And a guy that does a lot off the floor as well. I think it's just super duper dope for myself to be even in that conversation. Anytime my name is, mentioned with the greats, if it's, obviously, Wilt or MJ or now Kareem or whatever the case may be. It's just super humbling. Guys always see me use my hashtag, the kid from Akron, and those are the moments where I really think about that kid from Akron, of walking those streets and, either playing basketball where I actually had a basketball in the hoop, or actually just walking around and air dribbling and shooting into an invisible hoop, and counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and, making game-winning shots. So, when it get here, I'm not going to put too much pressure on it throughout the season. But I think it's a pretty historical moment when it gets here, and as long as my family and friends are all there, that's the most important for me.
Hello, LeBron. Got a nice bottle of red for me, brother?
I almost joined you, huh? You thought I joined you, huh? Last week, huh?
Yeah. But what are your expectations for Anthony? And do you ever feel the need to push him anymore?
I think my expectations for AD is for AD to be AD. Be the dynamic player that he is, both offensively and defensively, and I expect that out of him. I've always expected that out of him ever since he, became a part of this franchise, and nothing has changed. He expects a lot out of me as well. So, for us to be going into another season, it's a dynamic that I'm looking forward to, and I believe he's going to have a hell of a season, and I'm looking forward to being part of that journey.
LeBron, you guys just had your mini camp, the players-only mini camp in San Diego. How did that go, and what were your first impressions of the group getting together for the first time?
The most important is that we got some good work in on the floor, and everybody got back here safe. You see everybody here at training camp. He's alive, as you can tell. But that's the most important. We got some great work in on the floor, and everybody got back home safe. So, it was a good week, a good weekend.
Yeah, LeBron, considering the difficulties of last season, do you think Russell Westbrook can make his game work here? Can he adjust it? Can he be part of this?
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Look forward to, like I said, being on a part of the journey with him this year. And, it's going to be a great year for him. And we're going to be right there with him, we're here, and it starts tomorrow. It's all about putting in the work. And when you put in the work, you see the results. So looking forward to it.
Hey, LeBron. Sorry, just one more if you don't mind. Rob was just talking to us a minute ago about the importance of your commitment and how the Lakers are committed to building a competitive team around you, including draft picks. When you signed the extension last month, what were you looking for to see from this organization, whether it be from Rob or Jeannie or anyone else?
I came here because I believed in the franchise. So, and I'm still here. It's literally that simple, and that's simple. So I'm committed to the franchise for as long as my career, my contract is. But I look forward to get going tomorrow and start another season, part of the Lakers franchise.